we want to convert this rectangular coordinate point to polar coordinates. Alright, I'm going to plot the point, and I'm not going to worry about it exactly. I will just go ahead and label it. X is negative square root 6/4 and y is square root 2/4. So I know I have something here in quadrant 2. And if I want to convert to polar coordinates, I need r, and r is going to be the length of this hypotenuse. And then I also need angle theta. So let's go ahead and figure out r. We know r squared is going to be the square root of 2/4 squared plus negative square root 6/4 squared. So r is going to be the square root of, if we square the square root of 2, we get 2/16, which is 1/8, plus, if we square this one, we would have 6/16, which reduces to 3/8. So if we add those together, we have square root of 4/8, which reduces to 1/2. Now we could write that as 1 over square root 2. We could also rationalize the denominator and write it as square root 2/2. Either of those would be an acceptable answer. So remember, we want r and theta for polar coordinates, so we just found the r, which was square root 2/2. Now let's go ahead and find the theta. We know that tangent of theta is going to be opposite over adjacent, or y over x, so that's going to be square root 2/4 over negative square root 6/4. We can go ahead and multiply by the reciprocal here, and the 4's will cancel, so that leaves us, we have a negative, and we got square root 2 over square root 6, which is square root of 2/6, which is square root of 1/3. Now we could take and square root the numerator and get 1 over square root 3, and I now recognize that as my unit circle value. If I draw the unit circle here, I recognize that one over here where we have the point negative square root 3/2 and 1/2. And if I took y over x here, you'd see that I would get 1/2 and negative square root 3/2, which when I simplifies to exactly what I wanted, which was negative 1 over square root 3. So what is that angle over here? That is 5π/6, and here is our rectangular coordinate converted to polar.